Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Pokemon sales data video. I do have a little bit to go over, so guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Bro hugs for everyone. Been a crazy day. I know I don't post too many normal videos anymore. Just a lot of people want me to go live. Any questions, you can probably leave comments down below or comments live whenever you want. To start off, we have a Venusaur base set, first edition PSA 9, sold for $3,400. Makes sense? Then we have a Crobat from Skyridge, PSA 10, sold for $1,841. From the Charizard Gold Stars, we have a PSA 6, sold for $910. 7 sells for $1,800. 8 sells for, I don't know if the 8 should sell for $36. I feel like the 9 definitely sells for over $3K, probably $5K. The 10 obviously goes nuts. For that, it was up to $25K at one point. It had gone down to like 15. I'm not 100% sure where it settled at. It might have settled at 17, 19, maybe even 20. But as far as this, yeah, that makes sense for PSA 6. We have a Raikou, which is Gold Star. That's a PSA 9, so for $601. Speaking of Gold Stars, we have Rayquaza, PSA 9, sold for $7,700, which is absolutely bananas. You wouldn't see that years ago, and now that's the norm. A lot of these, even modern cards, a lot of modern cards are going for several $1,000s. You know, you have these. A buddy of mine had a VMAX Charizard from Sword and Shield, and you know it was a black label, but the black label, which doesn't really sell, that Charizard doesn't sell for less than like 5K, 5,500, whatever. Happened to find a deal, got that for under 5K. And that's something that, again, if you look at this consistently, if you look at the eBay sales data, and if you constantly scour the internet finding deals, you can find one. So it does happen every once in a while. Kabutops from Neo Discovery, that is a PSA 9, sold for $310. We have a Gold Star Entei, and this has got to be PSA 9 also, right? Yeah, that sold for $630. Moving on, we have a Flareon PSA 9, so from Jungle Set, and these are all first edition, unless I say otherwise. From the sets that, you know, the WotC sets, that sold for $401. Makes sense as well. Lapras PSA 9 fossil set, $320. Yeah, that's good. That works. Dark Raichu from the Rocket set sold for $360. Again, that was a PSA 9. So we have a lot of PSA 9s here. We have a Blaine PSA 10 Gym Challenge, sold for $835. I think that's a record price point for Blaine. Blaine, I think, is the one that usually carries the most weight. I think just because he owns Charizard and he owns Arcanine, two of the most awesome hardcore Pokemon in the Gym Challenge set. Obviously, you have Erica's Venusaur, Giovanni's Persian, and a bunch of really cool stuff, but Erica's Venusaur, even though that's a starter, yeah, it doesn't really hold a candle to a Blaine's Charizard, and Giovanni's Persian, although great, although epic, just not as well known as the Charizard as well. Again, Blaine he gets that. He carries that a little bit of that premium. Speaking of Charizard, we have a Dark Charizard from the Rocket set, PSA 9, so for $917. Wow, a little low. We have a Clefairy from base set, PSA 9. Had no bids on it. Disregard. So that actually had no bids on it. We have a Neo Destiny Gengar, PSA 10, so for $1,452. That's incredible as well. And we do have a Blaine's Charizard, PSA 7, sold for $720. Because the 9 usually sells for like $1,600 to $2,100, and the 8 usually sells for like not as much. So if the 7's selling for $720, the 8, let's say the 8 sells for $1,400, the 9 should be doing for like $28. Maybe we're having a meteoric rise there. I got an offer for $6K on my Blaine's Charizard first edition PSA 10. By the way, that Trophy Kangaskhan that I was selling for $350 is not happening. The buyer is looking to buy now. He has an opportunity to buy a Pikachu Illustrator Pikachu, and that going to use the funds that he was going to use for my Trophy Kangaskhan in conjunction with some more funds to try to get that. But yeah, Blaine's Charizard first edition PSA 7 got $720. The 10 I got an offer for $6K. I declined it. I want to sell for more than that. $6K I think is way too low for it. Base set, we have a Chansey PSA 9. $2,025. We have Mario Pikachu. This was a Luigi Pikachu. This is a PSA 9. This sold for $1,150, and that was the full art. The full arts do usually get PSA 10 around $2,500 to $3K. So 1150 tells me that that sells for about 40% of what the 10 sells for. We have a Zapdos from base set. PSA 10, $7,267. Again, there's not a lot of those. A lot of them are in sets. A lot of them are in actual collections, and you're just not gonna see that. Blaine's Charizard BGS 8.5, so for 818. If that was a PSA 8.5, that would have sold for 1400. Because it's BGS, it's not going to sell for that much, because anything under a BGS 9 is just a wild card thrown in. If you have even actual BGS 9, if you have one of the subgrades that's an 8.5, and even though the sum of the parts equal a 9, it's not something that I would ever buy, because it's so different. You could have BGS 8.5s that look like an 8.5, or you could have BGS 8.5s that look like a PSA 6, and it's just so that's why, again, for BGS I would not buy anything under a 9. Even when the grade is a 9, if the subgrades are under that, I wouldn't buy it. Just my opinion. We have Nidoking. We have Giovanni's Nidoking. I'm sorry, PSA 10 from the Gym Challenge set, $786. Not a record price point, but it definitely popped up from the $550 that we had seen a few weeks ago. We have a Lugia PSA 7, sold for $1,050. That is, again, not a record price point, but what I sold mine for it was about $1,100 like a month or so ago. So that makes sense. So it's kind of holding at the $1,000 mark. That's a support line. Now we have a Blaine's Charizard BGS 9, sold for $1,025. Again, if that was, but no, none of them had a. Oh yeah, one of them was an 8.5. That's probably why. One of the subgrades is an 8.5. You have it under a 9, it's just not going to fly for a lot of people. Rocket's Hitmonchan PSA 10, sold for $655, and that's something that, again, I still think is undervalued. Mine is up for like 900 or best offer. I wouldn't sell it below 7. Like, if someone offers 7, I don't think I could do it. Maybe, but probably not. We have a Chansey base set BGS 9. All of these were a 9 or above. So for $1,819. This is about the $1,800 mark. Again, if you see any PSA or BGS 9s, which all the subgrades are 9 or above, sell for under $1,500, you buy that. You buy that immediately. Make sure it's properly graded, but yeah, buy that immediately. Same thing with Mewtwo here. First edition BGS 9, $1,981. Poliwrath, same thing. This one got $660. Oh my god, that is stupid undervalued. You're getting a first edition BGS 9, which that would cross over to a 9 because all of them are 9 or above. And the fact that that's so cheap, that is so. Cause again, Poliwrath, not the most popular card from base set, but and it's not terribly hard to grade, but yeah, you just don't see that often. That's so low, that's so cheap, in my opinion. Vaporeon from Jungle Set PSA 9, so $510. Then we have a Skyridge Raichu PSA 10, so for $710. Then we got a Giovanni's Persian, like I was mentioning before, PSA 9, so for $228. I think these should be a little bit higher, just because the PSA 10s are so hard to grade. If you can't get the PSA 10 because they're just not available, you're going to go for the 9. So the 9 this on for $229, I think is a little undervalued. Then we have a Skyridge Beedrill PSA 10. That's all for $535. Skyridge, they have such good artwork that we just have zero idea. Not zero idea, it's very underappreciated in my opinion. Gym Heroes, we have Blaine's Moltres PSA 9, so for $540. From the Fossil set, we have a Haunter PSA 10, so for $475. Lugia PSA 9, this one sold for $4,950. For those of you that don't know, there is a BGS 10 Lugia that's on sale right now. On auction, it's like 100K already. So few of those, that's going to be huge. That's going to be incredible. And then we have a CGC 9 for a Gold Star Charizard, sold for $4,350. That makes sense that it got a little lower just because of CGC is not PSA or BGS. Then we have a Shadowless Charizard PSA 9, sold for $5,100. And then a Gold Star Entei PSA 10, sold for $1,176. We got a Blaine's Charizard. Here's a BGS 9 for $1,136. Again, that could have been at least $500 more if that was a PSA 9. It just wasn't. Dark Alakazam PSA 10, so for $810. Grand Party PSA 9, so for $1,527. I remember not even a year ago when that PSA 10 was like $1,350. So again, that's a soft trophy card. Those grand parties are very, very popular. They have very good artwork, vintage Ken Sugimori artwork. Okay, here we go. We got a Shining Charizard first edition PSA 10. Sold for $12,100. I'm going to look at this real quick, and I'm going to see what exactly was messed up with this, because the front looks good, and the back looks a tiny bit, the tiniest bit of whitening on the top left side, same thing on the top right. The corner, like this would maybe get a BGS 9.5, but it's just the corners. Everything else is a nice deep blue. The edges are okay. No way should that have gotten that $12,100 mark. Again, because we've seen it go for 25, more than double that. So the fact that that took a 55% haircut is just not concerning. It's just incredible. It's terrific. If I had the money, I would get that right now. Again, just my opinion, not financial advice. I'm a financial advisor. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Also, when I told you about a buddy of mine that happened to get a VMAX Charizard from Sword and Shield, you know, the SV107, BG, again, a black label, BGS 10, black label. I told him my concerns of the fact that, okay, this product is less than a year old, and the fact that it's less than a year old, it is possibly might have to get a reprint. Because, again, you have places like Target that are no longer stocking Pokemon cards because there was so much demand. They could not keep it on the shelves for more than an hour, because as soon as they put it on the shelves, it was immediately taken off by a lot of it were players, a lot of it were collectors, but some of it were these like Gary V flippers that go on, it's like, no, flip, go to gas stations, go to garage sales, go to flea markets, go and flip. And you can do that. You can go in there to Target, buy something for $100, sell it for $140. Now, and then after tax and everything, $20, so you make 20% on your money in a day. If you do have multiple boxes, not that bad. I wouldn't do that because, again, it's $20 and you have to sell a decent amount. But again, some people do that in their spare time. Some people do that, for extra money, whatever. Building a brand, building whatever. I just think that because of the fact that this might get a reprint, and because there's already like 800 something PSA 10s of that Charizard available already within the first year, and there's already like 18 black labels, I feel like that might go in the future. That might go up. The pop will go up because it's clearly pretty easy to grade. Where you have things like from Gym Challenge or Base Set, where the BGS black labels are almost non-existent. And WotC, granted that was 20 years ago, so it took time for the cards, and over time the cards aged. But that's something that I just don't see. The fundamentals for me, I wouldn't do that. But again, if it's something that you like for the art, it's black label. I've never owned a black label. I've wanted to, I just never have. Yeah, that could be a smart decision. Just letting you know, I wouldn't do that. But that's something where that could potentially be a $20,000 card by next year. I don't know. Again, if they only have one print line, one print run, very possible. Anyway, guys, I love you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say, where's Dashi? Where is she? All right, goodbye, guys. Meow, meow.